Today we are going to discuss about the priority scheduling algorithm. Already we completed the ZF algorithm and FCFS algorithm. The FCFS algorithm is a first come first served nature, means whichever the process enter into the main memory first, that is all the resources are allocated to that process first. And in the SJF we are going to select the shortest process in the shortest CPU burst time process, and we are going to allocate the resources to that process. That is the SJF algorithm. Now we are going to see the priority scheduling algorithm. In this priority scheduling algorithm, for every process we are going to associate some priority. In the next one, the CPU is allocated to the highest priority first, then again the lowest priority. Like that the CPU is going to be allocated, and if there is a equal priority processes are there, then we are going to schedule as per the FCFS, means both the processes are having the same priority level, so we are going to select the FCFS, means whichever the process comes first into the main memory, that is going to be allocate all the resources first. Here we'll see one example for this. Here we have some 5 processes. Each process is having some priority. P1 process is having the priority 3, 1, like that. All the processes are having the priority as well as CPU burst time. Here which process is having the highest priority? The P2 process is having the highest priority, so we are going to select that process for execution. Now the P2 process is starting time is 0 and it is ending finish time is 1. And next, after completion of the P2 process, we are going to select for P2 process the CPU burst time is 1. So after that the second priority we are giving for the P5 process. Now we are going to select the P5 process. For P5 process the burst time is 5, so 1 to 6. This time we are allocating the CPU for P5. And next, after that the CPU burst time, the priority is P1 and P3 are having the same, so we are going to select as per the FCFS. So FCFS, the P1 process we are going to select. The P1 process requires 10 milliseconds CPU burst time, so again we are going to take the P1 process, and this P1 process is having the 10, means 6 plus 10 16. As well as next we have P3 process. The next priority for the P3 is 3, so it is going to take only 1, so 16 plus 1 17, that one. Next, one more process we are going to select, that P4. P4 is our least priority, that's why we are selecting the last. And here the CPU burst time is only 1, so 17 plus 1 18. This is a Gantt chart for the priority scheduling algorithm example. And here now we will calculate the turnaround time as well as the waiting time. Here we will calculate the turnaround time and average waiting time. Already you know how to calculate that average waiting time as well as turnaround time. Average waiting time is start time minus arrival, and the all arrival times I am taking as a 0 now. Here the P1 process will first we'll take the P2. For P2 the start time is 0, 0 minus 0 0. Next P5 will take. For P5 the arrival time is 1, start time is 1, the arrival time is 0, so 1. Next P1 will take. P1 the start time is 6, the arrival time is 0. Next we'll take the P3. For P3 the arrival time is 16 and start time is 0, so 16. Next we'll take the P4. The P4 arrival time is 17 and 0, then we are going to get the 17. Now we'll calculate the average waiting time. Here 0 plus 6 plus 16 plus 60, 1 plus 6 plus 16 plus 17 by how many processes? Totally 5 processes, by 5. Now 7 plus 6 13, 13 plus 10 23 plus 7 plus 3 10, 2 1 4 40 by 5, that is 9 milli 8 milli seconds is the waiting time, average waiting time. Now we will calculate the turnaround time. Turnaround time is equals to finish time minus arrival time. Here for P2 process finish time is 1, and for P5 process finish time is 6, and for P1 process finish time is 16, and for P3 process finish time is 17, and for P4 process the finish time is 18. So we calculate the average turnaround time, that is 1 plus 6 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 by 5, that is now we are going to get calculation up to here of 40 plus 18, 58, that is a 58 by 5, that is 5 ones are 5 ones are next 5 ones are 5 ones are 3 16 11.6 milliseconds. Like this we are going to calculate the turnaround time as well as the average waiting time for the priority scheduling algorithm. Here in this priority scheduling algorithm we'll see only priorities first. Whichever the process is having the highest priority, that process is going to take allocate the resources first, and that process is going to be execute first. This is a CPU scheduling algorithm, priority scheduling algorithm.